What's up, strangers? It's your boy Dire Gorgon here, or the guy who hasn't cut his hair in a month. And in today's video, I'm gonna basically be telling you guys what is basically the best flamethrower setup. Now, there's two types of these. There's the flamethrower, which is basically the what's it called, the flamethrower and nothing else, with people who only have the flamethrower. And the second one is basically the flamethrower setups with the things and other Robux items that people have if they have a lot of Robux and they purchase a lot of stuff. So yeah. Basically, what this flamethrower setup is basically a counter to every single zombie, especially Banshee, Inferno, what's it called, Juggernaut, and Riots, and all those other good stuff. And really, the flamethrower with this loadout is probably gonna be A or close to S tier, but really, it's an incredibly powerful setup. So the first thing you want to do is basically your primary is obviously the flamethrower, and in the second primary or the secondary section is actually gonna be the python. Now the python is an extremely good weapon with headshots doing 106 damage, I'm pretty sure, and any body shot doing like 35, but still against tanglers, hunters, and all those other zombies that are from afar approaching, it is an extremely good counter. After the python, your melee is either gonna be the machete if you're not really that good at dodging tanglers, what's it called, they're striking tongues, or you are but you just want to make sure you don't get what's it called tongued in the future, or if you do, you can actually have an escape route. So yeah, take the machete, very good. Next is either gonna be the speed armor. Oh yeah, technically it's gonna be the speed armor if you want to be extremely more powerful. Then take the speed armor 100%. Then in the utility aisle, you must have the fire extinguisher, which I'm pretty sure every single person has forgotten about. The fire extinguisher does like 100 damage every millisecond against an Inferno. Basically, it's a counter to Infernos because those are the only zombies that can actually go against and not even feel your flamethrower. So having this for them is basically gonna be an entire nerf and basic counter to them, so they can't do much against you. So take the fire extinguisher by 100%. Next is technically, if you do have the Yeti defender, you can put him on, but if you don't, then that's fine. Or if you do have any other defender, you can put him on. That's basically the flamethrower with all the other gold coin options. This setup is an incredibly strong one because of technically the python to kill tanglers from afar, approaching hunters, and basically like an inferno from afar that's approaching you. Now, of course, like I said, the fire extinguisher is a nerf against Infernos. It does 100 damage every like 1 millisecond or something like that, though, so you can kill them with ease. But if you time it just right before they use their ability, like the second they basically reach you and they use their ability, you can actually kill them before they even use their ability. But at the same time, if you weren't fast enough, you'll still be hit with their ability, deal you dealt damage, and still be able to kill them with the fire extinguisher, but just not fast enough apparently before when they use the ability. So that's basically the flamethrower plus all the gold options. Now, if you're wondering what is the flamethrower plus all the other Robux options, here it is. First off, primary is obviously flamethrower. Secondly, in the secondary section, it's either gonna be, if you're really good with basically either killing a bunch of zombies from afar or just don't really want to use the python, either go with the RPG or maybe the laser pistol. But no, laser pistol is basically like C tier at this point. It's pretty bad. But yeah, you either want to go with RPG or python. They're still really good, but I would either recommend really python because it does a better job, but basically in this setup, RPG. Next, in the melee aisle, it's either going to be katana or ham. Now this is only if you are good against basically dodging tanglers attacks, okay? Because if you don't, either your defender is going to take care of them or your teammates. If either of them both aren't there, then you're basically screwed. So either take the katana or the ham, so you can actually of course kill zombies, but at the same time ham, you'll be able to survive way longer, become more of a pain in the ass for the zombies to deal with, because you're just constantly regaining HP. You'll be so impossible to kill. After whichever one you decide, katana or the ham, in the armor section, you either want to choose, well, technically you want to choose the Juggernaut armor because technically you'll get I believe 450 HP, and you'll just have a lot more armor and basically kill a lot more zombies and still become a pain in the ass, really. Next, you want to choose, of course, in the utility, the fire extinguisher against infernos. After that, you want to choose in the defender aisle either, in my opinion, elf defender or gingerbread defender, because elf defender is mostly a counter against what's it called, the tanglers and other kind of zombies, but the gingerbread is also a counter to hunters and maybe tangler if they're close enough, but really just want to choose the elf defender. But if you do have the the Yeti defender, then go ahead and choose him because he's really good, but still he does get countered very easily by just standing in front of him. But yeah, those are the two different setups. Now you may be saying, which one would I prefer mostly? I would say the coin plus Robux one. So let me explain it. Flamethrower, either RPG or Python, but I would really recommend Python so you could take down the zombies and tanglers with these with a lot more ammo. Melee is either going to be ham or machete. I mostly take ham because I am technically a little bit better for dodging the tanglers, but if you're not, really take the machete so you can practice, and if you keep sucking at dodging, you can at least have an plan B to get out. But if you are good at dodging tanglers, then you want to choose ham. Next is the armor. I choose small armor obviously because I'm not a dickhead choosing speed, but mostly because light armor actually does give you I believe 100 more HP, not 50, like unless like the speed armor. Still the same speed as without any armor, but still I really like this armor. Then I choose, of course, fire extinguisher and then the Yeti defender, mostly to take down the tanglers and other zombies that are from afar. That's basically my setup. Now, I have been testing with this setup quite recently, and I still really love the setup of Flamethrower, Python, or RPG, ham, light armor, fire extinguisher, and then finally Yeti defender. This setup is an incredibly strong one to take down chillers. Banshee, it's Flamethrower is an absolute Banshee counter. It is literally a Banshee counter. Juggernauts, it destroys their HP, and basically this Flamethrower just shoots through the walls while you're not even taking damage if you're behind any walls shooting at the infected. Now Python or RPGs are mainly used to take out either approaching infected in either groups or from tanglers that are up high trying to sneakily take you down with like a tongue. So that's why Python or RPG are recommended. Then the ham is really just used to basically use as like I'm about to lose like 75 HP or something like that, or you're just dying and you're just taking out your ham, just eating a quick bite and like, all right, I'm already back in the game. And then the armor is obviously there just for speed, and then health. Fire extinguisher is a huge Inferno nerf. I cannot tell you how many times Infernos came up to me thinking that I would just basically die because I had it either in RPG or Python, and then I just took out the fire extinguisher and they're like, oh my goodness, I forgot about that. Or they just become frustrated and start using other infected. But really, this is an extremely good setup. Now, what you want to do as soon as you spawn into the game is immediately go for the medkit station. Medkit stations will include medkit, of course, a medkit, a chili pepper, not a python, pipe bomb. If you didn't join the community, community group on Roblox, and then maybe candy cane and soda and all those other good stuff. Now, once you get the medkit station, just do your own thing. Flame the zombies, be careful around tanglers, shoot them from afar, killing them before they even get the chance on you. And then from, infernos, either wait for them to use their ability by going to them and then going away, so you bait them to using their ability, and then just finish them off with their, fire extinguisher, or you could take the small risk of going up to them before they use it in a split second and killing them for some nice value, or you could just basically just kill them with the fire extinguisher, or maybe just do it with like a python from afar. But yeah, this is basically an extremely good setup, and I'm really, I guess, thankful or just grateful that I'm really sharing it with everyone out there who uses the flamethrower, so you can get used to this game and more or less just seeing how amazing this setup is.